Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to my last video about how to get better at Pokemon Go by simply powering up your Pokemon. And today I'm going to have a video about how to get you better in Pokemon Go. So the number one thing in Pokemon Go that we go after is XP. You could argue Stardust too, but we need the XP to be able to level them up higher with that Stardust we obtain. And plus, to get to level 50, it's 176 million XP, which is a lot. Even for a person who's been playing like me for the past few years, and you just hit a point where XP becomes harder and harder to get simply because, well, I wouldn't say harder to get, just harder to level up. And so I'm going to share with you my first tip. My first tip is friendship. Friendship bonus is probably the most greatest and lucrative thing we have in Pokemon Go. When Pokemon Go first started out, you couldn't friend anyone, you couldn't send gifts, and there just was a limited amount of ways we could that we could level up. For example, we used to sit at stops with a Lurgoing, Lucky Egg, and you just evolve Eevees. I mean, not Eevees. Well, Eevees could work. They're a little more rare, but Pidgeys. Pidgeys were the go-to. Just evolve and sit on a Lucky Egg, and that worked. But friendship is now the best thing we have in Pokemon Go, and the reason why is the first heart is gonna give you 10,000. Second heart, it's gonna give you, or first heart, excuse me, is 3,000. That doesn't really count as a heart though, in my opinion, just because it's when you add someone and you interact for the first time. But that first heart after that, so the second heart is 10,000. The second heart is gonna be 50,000, and the best friend heart is gonna be 100,000, which is insane if we Lucky Egg those and time those right. So your main question is, how do I get friends in Pokemon Go? My best advice is to go on Facebook, go on Twitter, find a Pokemon Go group in your community, because they're out there. Trust me, I had no clue they were until I looked for them and I found people that knew what they were doing. And you just become friends with people. In fact, that's how I've gotten some lucky friends and been able to get some crazy trades. Just the other week I did a shiny Lugia trade. It was way cool. I mean, didn't come out to what I wanted it to be. We always want that 4-star perfect, but it is what it is. So next thing I suggest to get more friends too is find your friends that play Pokemon Go. I guarantee you may have a couple friends that play Pokemon Go, and they're always willing to help you out and raid. Especially last year this time, I was kind of raiding, trying to get friends in, and I kept bugging my one friend, and he goes, all right, let's get you in my raid group and we'll get you more friends. And what I love about personalized raid group, people you know, is you get to grow with them, not just in levels, but in friendship. And then when it's a community day or just some event, you guys can plan to meet up and get those lucky trades. And then you're also able to coordinate, hey, let's do a lucky egg and let's go up friendship. And the craziest thing I love about that is you have friends who are tight-knit community that play Pokemon Go. Next, that kind of pivots into my next point, is raids. However, I just want to give you a perspective before we go on raids. If, let's say you did 100 people and you timed each time you went up in friendship, not including the first one, you would have roughly 36 million XP if you had a Lucky Egg from the 10,000 on, and that's not even including the first 3,000. That first 3,000 would be an additional 300,000. So if you had 100 friends at once, and that's more than almost double the required amount to level 40, which is the most important level to be hitting in Pokemon Go, because that's when you get the XL candy, and that's when Pokemon Go starts being really fun. Next off, we have raids though. And raids, like I mentioned earlier, are probably the second best way to get XP in Pokemon Go, in my opinion, because you have your friends you're raiding with, you get 10,000 per 5-star raid, which is a lot of XP. Back in the day when we didn't have raids, we didn't have friendship bonus, if you told me, oh, you get 10,000 from teaming up with your friends, I would have told you you're crazy. I would have believed you. And it's just made Pokemon Go so much easier to level up. I found a tight-knit group, and we were able to all hit level, almost all of us are level 40 now. I remember some of us being in the mid to high 30s, and a lot of us are catching up to those 40s. I went from probably around 10 million XP or less last year to now I have a total of 43 million XP. Raids are amazing because you get to do them with friends. And again, if you're having trouble finding friends, just plug into a Discord or plug into a Slack, Facebook, Twitter. You can band together and you can make friends that way, and help you do raids. Before remote raids, you put in the chat, hey, I have a raid here, who can meet up? And then people are, alright, I'll be there in 5 minutes. We'll start the raid in 5 minutes once everyone gets here. That was fun. Now we have remote raids, which makes it easier, and definitely a lot easier to rank up in general with remote raids. And one thing I'm throwing out is all these quote-unquote premium subscriptions where you have remote raids, you have friendship bonuses that are not necessarily premium, but a little harder to come by. And the biggest tip I have for everyone is gym every day. You get 50 coins a day. That's how you pay for your lucky eggs for when you go up in friendship. And then that's how you pay for your remote raid passes or your in-person passes. Personally, the best bang for your buck is gonna be the remote passes. Those things, you can do a raid if you're sitting at home, or especially with this pandemic, if you're a little high risk or you are sick and you don't want to go out, you can definitely get into these raids that otherwise wouldn't be in access to you. And the best part is, now we have the 80 meter distance established from now on. It's going to be the base, and so we can access raids easier now in Pokemon Go, and that's amazing. And then when we're doing the raids, we're catching these Pokemon, which leads to my next tip: excellent throws, and also using an auto catcher. Auto catchers are amazing. They don't get you excellent throws, they get you a base throw. And yeah, you don't always catch Pokemon, but having them continually adds to your XP. And that's the whole point of Pokemon Go, is to continually getting XP. And so the greatest thing though is last year they made an improvement to the game where every excellent throw was a base of 1,000. I recommend everyone practicing the curveballs, and also if you don't know how to, learn how to fast catch. I'll even stitch that at the end of this video and teach people how to fast catch. Basically what a fast catch is to skip that catch animation of the 1, 2, 3. When the ball clicks and it gets the Pokeball, gets the Pokemon that you threw it at, and it's just annoying, and it's just a way to speed up this game. But yeah, excellent throws, get an auto catcher. Those things help tremendously. And also auto catchers, they spin stops for you. It's amazing. I would highly recommend this if you even put 5-10 hours in this game a week. Auto catchers change Pokemon Go. They aren't necessarily a replacement. They're just for, let's say you're out walking in a mall and you don't want to be on your phone and bump into people, or you want to spend quality time with someone like a friend or just someone close to you. You don't want to be buried in your phone. You can have Pokemon Go always running in the background, and that's adding to XP. And I'm going to say this for my fourth tip is going to be just play the game. That's the most simplest way to get XP. If you're just constantly clicking on Pokemon checking for shinies, you're never going to get that XP from the catch. I recommend just fast catching everything you see. Even if you say, oh, I already have 10,000 EV candy, which I know is a lot. But even with this past community day, even after I see an EV, I'm like, oh, let's catch it, because it's XP, it's Stardust, and just helps you go really up in your game if you just are XP mindset all the way through Pokemon Go, because that's the whole point of this game, is to get better. And my final conclusive tip is always be mindful of how you can get XP brought to you in the most at once. What I like to do is I like to save some of my friendship bonuses, whether it's even great friend, ultra friend, even best friend. I just save them all for like when I plan to go out and do all the raids I can. If it's raid hour, or if I'm like, you know, I'm gonna buy some passes and I do 10 raids during raid hour. In the background, I'm gonna have my gacha running. I'm gonna have, which is the auto catcher. I'm gonna be sitting on these friendship bonuses in between raids while I'm waiting for people to join. I'm gonna have them going, and then it's just gonna be 100,000, 100,000, 100,000, 50,000, 20,000, and if you have all that on your lucky egg, that's gonna be doubled, 200,000, 100,000, 20,000. It's insane. And then that raid is gonna be 20,000 XP along with those Pokemon you're catching. Just always think of it like almost like a dam. So you're damming up all the water. In this case, it's XP. And you're thinking the long-term mindset of, I'm gonna wait until I can use all this when it's needed. So then you quote-unquote remove that dam, and all this XP just flows on through, and you're just overwhelmed with XP. There's some times where I get anywhere from the 200,000 from one lucky friend, from one best friend, to over 1 million in a matter of 20-30 minutes because of a lucky egg, and I've just been sitting on XP. Always, this is my final message of the video. If you don't get anything out of this and any of the tips, always just have XP on your mind, because XP is what's gonna make you go level up in Pokemon Go. And if you're not level 40, work your butt off to get to level 40, because that's when Pokemon Go, you get access to everything. You don't get level caps anymore, and also you can bring those Pokemon up to level 50. And I just hope everyone applies these tips so that you can get the most out of Pokemon Go, because that's when you have the most fun with Pokemon Go, is when you don't feel limited because you can't do those raids because you don't have those high level Pokemon. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any more suggestions for tips or tricks you'd like to see, just let me know and leave it down in the comments below. Alright, thanks. Alright, so what we're going to do is click on a Pokemon, and this is for the skip animation / fast catch. And so I have a Geodude here. We're going to pick our ball. As we notice, it's a green circle, however sometimes it's going to be yellow, orange, red. You just have to go through the balls and find which one's going to be green, because that makes it easier to catch. So since this is just a normal one, let's go with the Pokeball. So what you do is you take your left hand, and this works with either the berry or the Pokeball tray. So whatever one that you throw left, so if I throw with my right finger, then I'm going to go with the ball tray. If I go with the berry tray, if I throw with my left finger, it's going to be the berry tray. So since I throw with my right finger, I'm going to take this, pull it over, and then I'm going to start curving it and throw my Pokeball. Now, you let go, the ball tray is going to pop up, hit that, and then hit run. Now, this would work if it caught it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take Ultra Ball, tap that, and run. And then we can see in here that we caught it. That's it.